As I mentioned earlier, this is Men's Club Shabbat, and I'm just so grateful, not just for what the Men's Club have been doing today in terms of leading the service, but the many things that the Men's Club does for our congregation. I'm going to invite Alan Gallatin, who is the president of the Men's Club, to come forward to share some thoughts. Alan came from the East Coast a few years ago and picked up on our language and ways very quickly. Very much appreciative for what you and the Men's Club do for all of us. So Alan, please, and you could, if that mic is working, you can go there. Yeah.
And is it? Yep. Okay. One of the earliest Jewish songs I remember learning at Hebrew school while growing up on Long Island is Am Yisrael Chai. Actually, it may be two of the earliest songs I remember, as I have clear memories of two entirely different melodies from when I was young, and even after that, even more melodies I learned later in life. But as much as I love talking about music, it's really not what I want to focus on today. It's the words. Am Yisrael Chai, the people of Israel live. Od Avinu Chai, our Father, or implicitly God, still lives. In this one simple song, the power of Judaism as a people is conveyed. It is through our coming together as a people, as a kahila or community, that sustains us and keeps God alive for us. We are not meant to function in isolation. We have developed and thrived by being connected to those around us. Our Torah portion today marks in my mind the transition in development from functioning at the individual or family level to the formation of us as a people. Our parsha begins with the reunification of arguably one of the most dysfunctional families in history and the death of Jacob, and culminates with the next generation settling on the fertile land given to them by Pharaoh. Spoiler alert, the warm relations between the leader of Egypt and the descendants of Jacob will be taking an unfortunate turn in the later weeks, but that discussion is for another day. But what really happened here? Joseph, who had been separated from his family, from his people, had been basically helping to run Egypt, decided it was time that they come together and be mishpacha, family. And with that, the door was open to growing together as a community made up of the brothers and their descendants. In other words, us. Almost 2 weeks ago, I had the pleasure of watching my daughter and many other Jewish teens from our area participate in BBYO's regional convention. Their theme this year was Biyachad Kamishpacha, together as family. The theme wasn't a throwaway catchphrase. It told the story of what community means to these teens, that they are fulfilled by engaging with others in the community and feel true support from their peers, just as one would hope for from their families. Our shul, Adat Shalom, is no different. We may arrive as individuals, but where we derive our greatest fulfillment and allow ourselves to grow and be supported is when we join together as community. Why are we all here today, sitting in the sanctuary on a Saturday morning? Is it simply because we want to pray and do something in the name of Shabbat? If that is all we were looking for, we'd all be in the comfort of our homes, davening in solitude. Clearly, it's more. We are here for the people, for the communal experience, to hear voices other than just our own. And we are here for kibitzing, schmoozing, and sharing Kiddush together. In other words, we may have been drawn to do something in observance of Shabbat because of tradition, religious obligation, or some other personal reason, but we choose to do it here for the social experience, for the community. In my 10.5 years here, I've come to love that Adat Shalom provides many paths to allowing us to bond as a community. One of those great paths is Men's Club. Our Men's Club has a great tradition of providing an enriching point of entry for many in our Adat Shalom community. The breadth and depth of our programming is designed to meet the men of Adat Shalom where they are and to give them a strong sense of connection to a vibrant community. Some of our programs, like our steak and sports dinner in the fall, our health breakfast in February, our men's retreat, which will be this afternoon, and our summer softball team are about creating a strong community within the Men's Club. Others, such as our Havdalah in the Sukkah and our evening next month with Chaz and Gross, are geared towards the men and the broader adult community within Adat Shalom. Several of our programs including serving up grill masters and volunteers for the religious school picnics and organizing two of our signature events, DIY with Dad and our annual Daddy-Daughter Dance, help to invest in the next generation of community. This investment goes beyond our time, as Men's Club is also proud to offer support to the religious school, enabling it to offer financial assistance against tuition. I am proud of the role Men's Club has taken in helping to strengthen our Adat Shalom community. Back during the early days of the pandemic, Men's Club worked with Rabbi Bergman to create our Thoughtful Thursdays series. Now, nearly 3 years later, this monthly discussion has become a key part of our programming calendar and a staple of our shul community. Men's Club Shabbat is one of my favorite programs of the year. It's not because of the services themselves. It is because of the participation by so many of our members. I am so grateful to all of you this morning for joining together to be part of and to lead our community. I especially want to thank those who took on a role that might have been a little bit outside their comfort zone. I won't name names, but you know who you are, and I appreciate you. Many of the same faces you've seen on the bima this morning, along with quite a few more who were not able to be here today, are the ones who make all of our programming possible. Gentlemen, we have such a strong community because of each of you. When I thought about the words I would share this morning, community came to mind before anything else. Admittedly, I struggled with using it because it felt trite, but the more I considered it, I realized that it felt right. When we have simcha in our lives, we don't celebrate on our own. We want to share it with others. When we have tsuras, and being Jews, we have more than our fair share, we need the support of our community. Telling each of you that your experience as Jews, as people, will be that much more enhanced through community is stating the obvious. You all know that because you chose to join us this morning, but it isn't just on Shabbat, it is every day. We are not meant to function in isolation. We are part of something much bigger than ourselves, and we are stronger for it. Am Yisrael Chai. Shabbat Shalom.
Yashikah to Alan Gallatin for very beautiful, very inspiring words. Just wonderful that the whole men's club have come together today like this. Yashikah.